Thank you very much for joining me for this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. A new half year is about to commence. I organize my projects in 6-month cycles, uh, January through June, then July through December, which means I devote part of December and June deciding what I might like to do going forward. I take one principle from Louis Rukeyser's stock picking panel. Those old enough to remember this, Lou had regular guests. He invited them to recommend their favorite stocks to the viewers in December. Those on the air announced what they recommended. Those panelists not on the air within the previous few weeks submitted what they recommended. The rule is that once they purchased the stock, they could not sell it before the next new year. At the New Year's Eve program, he brought back the 4 panelists whose predictions the year before, not allowed to make any interim changes, performed the best. I follow a modification of that for my semi-annual planning. My planning sheet has 12 categories. I pick one project within each category, transcribe it to a master sheet, and to a whiteboard within my line of sight from my desk, and those are my projects. The last 6 months I did not do very well, so the upcoming 6 months have a little more revisions than usual, but some seem to carry over. A number of projects are very straightforward, pretty much sure things to get done. I am obligated to distribute parts of my retirement funds having reached the magic age. That is done every November. Some of it goes to charitable giving, as there is a big tax advantage to transferring the funds directly to nonprofits. Others go to my checking account, but it's a project that I can pretty much assure myself to complete. I have projects that I will work on that I am not likely to complete. Every cycle, I pick a room to upgrade, usually by the sweat of my brow. Last cycle, I picked the basement, where I made very little progress, and my son's room, where I made quite a lot of progress and then plateaued. Others have a little more uncertainty. As I get older, my commitment to medical care has increased. I have more doctors and more appointments. Eventually, I will need my cataracts done. And I have ongoing specialty appointments. So for the next 6 months, I am going to stay current with all my medical care, not cancel appointments, postpone them, forget to do my lab work, I'm going to be as vigilant as I should be. Others are one and done. I want to visit the grandchildren. That needs some planning, but I usually get done. I would also like to have reservations for a grander trip with my wife as we approach our 50th anniversary. Uh, Destination, maybe reservations by the end of the year. Engaging with other people has challenged me. Getting 3 guests to Shabbos dinner doesn't sound like it's a real difficult thing to do, but I can't do it unilaterally. I don't know quite that many people, though I should be able to think of people who I've not had over or people who I have had that I'd like to have again and just reserve some Friday night or yuntiv to do my best in the kitchen. There is writing that I'd like to do, some of it quite grand, unlikely to get done. Others more reasonable, likely to get done. But these require a system. They need a fixed time to write on paper. I'm learning now how to think on paper. Thinking on paper gives a much better result than typing directly into a laptop. The quality of what is expressed is better, but it takes longer to do it. Now, once I have these compositions done, I have to submit them, and there I have absolutely no control over what is going to happen to them. So I fulfill my project if I do the submission as much as I would like to have what I create appear in print for others. It's just not something that I control. So that's an incomplete list of what I'm setting out to do. Uh, all of them have a model of what is called a SMART goal, something that is very specific. You know when it's done. Uh, it's achievable, though usually something of a challenge to achieve. And there are deadlines. It is the deadlines that tend to pass without completion. That's likely to happen again, but I'll do my best to minimize that. Thank you very much for sharing this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.